Hello. Hello.
Yes, sir.
When session will be start?
3 o'clock, sir.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, sir.
Good afternoon, all.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon, Devashakti.
I am here, ma'am.
Today's result is Ms. Kalaivani Chelian, isn't it?
Yes, ma'am.
Sneha, Sneha Jayalakshmi.
Yes, ma'am. Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon, Kalaivani, isn't it?
Yeah, hi. I joined the call.
Okay.
Yeah, do we want to wait for a few more people to join?
What
Yes,
about
ma'am.
YouTube Live, ma? Manaka, YouTube Live is
Ma'am.
also going on, isn't it?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am. Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
YouTube parallelly, and here we have admitted 81 today. Na? It will go up to 250. Shall we wait for 2 minutes? One by one, parallelly, Devashakti and Sneha, parallelly you admit every participant.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah, where is the resource person here? Raghavya is there.
Sumati, can you able to see me? Can you able to hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, but I can't see you. Your
Okay.
video is
No,
coming.
I'm just waiting for people to join. Hope you are able to see me now.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Sneha, today you introduce the resource person, Sneha.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah, we touched 100, but yesterday it was 250, 247 like that. After it is a post-lunch session for the benefit of the students, community, and other participants. We focused this session. That is true. And on behalf of School of Commerce, Bharatiyar University, we welcome you for the second day. This is today is the third day program on social media digital marketing. And I hope you're following the attendance link as well as the feedback link as well as for assignment. We will explore the assignment before the valedictory session, definitely. And we can't predict when it will come to your chat box, when it will come to your YouTube as well as your WhatsApp group. So be ready to attend the assessment given by the organizing team. And I hope yesterday and day before yesterday, you were interacted with the resource persons. And today also, third day, we have an Ms. Kalaivani Chelian is a resourceful and goal-oriented individual with 5 years of experience. I told Ms. Snega to introduce her. Yeah. We can start, Snega. Now over to Snega. You can introduce the resource person to the august audience.
Yes, ma'am. Ms. Kalaivani Chelian is a content writer and presently working in Tata Consultancy Services, Bangalore. Kalaivani Chelian is a resourceful person and goal-oriented individual with 5 years of experiences in developing strategies to promote team members' adherence to company's regulations and performance goals. She is a motivating person with exceptional customers, services, and decision-making skills. She has a strong work ethic and a professional demeanor. We welcome you, ma'am.
Thank you so much. So it's my privilege to be here, and I'm going to share my knowledge with you all, which I gained from my experience. And thank you so much. Thank you all. So, Sumati, shall we start with the session, or shall we wait for people?
Sumati is a professor and head Department of Commerce, Bharatiyar University. I am the principal investigator of this RUSA 2.0 project with 30 years of teaching experience under various capacities. Okay,
Oh,
I am not
nice.
a student. I am not a student or I am not a scholar.
Okay.
You can proceed now.
Yeah, thank you. Okay, let me share my screen first. Okay, can anyone confirm whether everyone is able to see my screen?
Yes, ma'am. Visible.
Yes, just give me a
Yes,
moment.
ma'am.
Yes. Okay. So, hi, hello everyone. Hope right back after the lunch. So, everyone's tummy is full. And now let's start our session to fill all your brain with the knowledge over here. So, before starting the presentation, I just want to tell about my sessions to you all, how it will be, how the next 3 hours will be. So, the first and foremost thing is, hope we are in a digital world, so all the content which is going to be taught over here will be recorded, and you can view it at any time through YouTube or something. So the second thing is, I have this presentation is not only for the knowledge. Also, I will include all the Energizer games in between the sessions to make you the more active and engaged. So the Energizers will be also related to the topic of today's, like content marketing, content tone over here. And the third thing is, you can raise the questions to me at any time, but once I finish a single slide, at the end of the slide, you can ask me if you have any clarifications on the thing. And also, I'm okay to tell you twice also, thrice also, if you don't understand any particular point in the slide. So I think all of you will be cooperative with me in this session. So shall we start?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Thank you so
Yes, ma'am,
much.
please.
Yeah. So before starting the session, can any one of you, can you please brief me what is mean by marketing? Do you have any idea, or have you guys have you guys searched anything about marketing before entering the session? Any idea about marketing? I know this is organized by Department of Commerce, so commerce students knows very well about marketing things. So can you just tell me in simple words what is meant by marketing?
Ma'am, can we say that we promote our product in market?
Okay, very good. That's a basic thing of market. Why do we promote our market? Sorry, why do we promote our product?
For the business purpose.
Okay. So when we promote our product for business purpose, what will happen?
Sorry, ma'am, tell me again.
When we promote our product for business purpose, what will happen? Why the promotion is required?
Yeah,
Very good.
definitely.
So,
Our main reason is the profit. To earn some money
yes.
means the profit for the company.
So what if our
Yes.
profit
But here
tax
the
message?
part are quite be different. Actually, which thing we are going to promote, which particular things we are going to promote, depend on that and which way we are doing marketing.
Okay. So according to you, the marketing, the main purpose is profit.
No, is
Because
not
that is
actually
the
Ma'am, can I
ultimate
tell
profit.
thing.
you?
It's
Ma'am, can I tell you? I'm Benny here.
Mm-hmm.
Marketing means selling a product or service in a vast area of people
Mm-hmm.
to earn profit or otherwise to earn profit.
Okay. So all your points are valid. So now we see in detail why marketing is important, and hope everyone over here or 90s or 20s kids where we have seen different types of marketing from the time of our birth. But now to the current generation, now to the real time society, content marketing has so much of value. So let's see why this is important, why we are in a content marketing world right now. So I'm just moving on. So today's agenda I just given over here. So everyone can just have a quick look over here. I'm going to explain these things about content marketing. This is my agenda. What is meant by traditional and content marketing? What is content marketing? And few case studies which like examples for you, and types of content marketing and content marketing strategy. When I move on to content tone, this is my agenda. Introduction to the content tone, 6 reasons to focus on tone of voice. Why does your company need a tone of voice? Who has the expertise in defining your tone of voice? 4 dimensions of tone of voice. So let us see what is meant by traditional versus content marketing. So from the time of our birth, let's take 90s kids. We start off seeing marketing stuffs in TVs, and we buy newspapers, we see billboards while going in traffic, those type of stuff. But now, yes, the same type of marketing is going on, but now which has so much of value, which has so much of values, which we see in our social media, which YouTube, Facebook, mails, Twitter, Huffington Post, those type of stuff. So much of which has so much value, which the customer trusts a lot. So here I'm explaining about traditional versus content marketing. Guys, if I'm going fast, you can stop me so that I can slow down my voice and I can explain you slower. Okay? So let's proceed. These are marketing strategies in which companies create valuable content to educate potential customers so as to be able to lure them in. This can be done in so many ways, from blogging to postcards, to videos to quizzes, email, newsletters. When we talk about content marketing is a permissive marketing technique. Permissive is nothing but it is called as permission marketing. It refers to a form of advertising which audience is given a choice to opt or receive a message. If you go to Facebook or if you go to Gmail, it will ask you will get a link for advertisement. If you are interested in it, you will click on it and you will enter into it. At the down of the particular web page or something, you will have a checkbox saying, do you interested in receiving newsletters or do you wish to subscribe this particular content? If you are interested, of course, you will enable the tick box. So you are going into the marketing stuff. You are going to see those things about the product with your permission. Correct?
Yes, yes.
So this is what our recent content marketing technique is doing on. For example, Facebook, YouTube, RSS feed. Can anyone know what is meant by RSS feeds? Can anyone tell me what is RSS? Okay, so I don't want to. RSS is nothing but really simple indication feed. If you guys never came to about RSS feeds, after the session, you can search in Google what is RSS feed, how it is useful in today's social media, and Huffington Post. I think everyone are familiar in Facebook, YouTube. So after this session, my advice is for you guys to check what is RSS feed and what is Huffington Post, which is one of the best content marketing site. It's not a site, it's a page which helps you to create a content marketing, which helps you to see so much content marketing stuff. And when I come to traditional marketing, which we have seen in our earlier ages, traditional marketing is an interactive one. So interactive marketing is any kind of marketing that gets in the way of what customer is trying to accomplish. For example, when we are traveling in a road, when we stuck in a traffic area, of course, the major cities or major areas will have a traffic signals. So when we struck over here, we will see a big billboard saying, for example, in Tamil Nadu, we will see so many jewelry billboards, jewelry shops billboards, or so many dress shops billboards over there. That is also a kind of marketing. So while waiting in a traffic, we admire at the board. We admire at the board billboard stating that saree is looking great, that shirt, pants, shoes, everything is looking great. We just admire it when we are staying in a traffic without any work. So that is a type of traditional marketing. And also TV commercials. We see in our day-to-day life, there is a necessity. We were watching something interesting in the TV, and in between there is a TV commercial coming in. That this is also a part of traditional marketing. And also the TV commercials and also the advertisements, which we see in newspapers, which we see in, we will get a pamphlet to inside our newspaper. Everything is a part of traditional marketing. So this is a difference between a traditional and content marketing. So whereas the first thing will be the content marketing one, and second one will be the traditional one. Now we clearly see what is permission, what is interruption, and second we are going to earned audience versus rented audience. What is earned audience? We are telling content marketing we will get earned audience, we own the audience, whereas in traditional marketing we rent the audience. For example, content marketing audiences will offer something value. Content marketing values something valuable to the audience. The customer who want that product will automatically own the product, will automatically select whether it is necessary for them or it's not necessary for them. They himself choose in it. But rented audiences, we pay to some media, or we just pay to some marketers to advertise our product. So that is the meaning of earned versus rented audience. And conversation versus one-sided, where the content marketing make the customers, make the people to start the conversation. But the traditional marketing will always be one-sided. There won't be any conversation. People will look at it and they will keep quiet. If they are interested, they will go to the shop, or else no. So that is called as conversation versus unsided. The next thing is honorable, where content marketing is honorable, where traditional marketing is static. What does mean by honorable? It means the honorable means the content marketing refine, or it will go to the perfection. It will give the perfection to the product. Whereas static is, it will be constant. There won't be any change. It will be the constant one. And the cost. So when we come to the cost, of course, content marketing will be very, it consumes 60% lesser cost than the traditional marketing. And when it comes to the valuable information versus sales specific information, so content marketing, apart from the profit basis, content marketing gives you all the details about the product, why we want to buy this, what are all the pros, what are all the cons, everything will be provided in the content marketing. So it provides valuable information. Whereas the traditional marketing, it's given to the profit motive. It always been a profit motive. So the next thing is momentum building. Content marketing is the momentum building versus steady. So what is meant by momentum building? So content marketing material offers something of value to those who consume it. It enlighten the reader of the product, teach them about how to buy, or simply entertain it. It always increase the search forward, whereas here in the traditional marketing, it will always be constant. It will be always in a line. There won't be increase, there won't be decrease or anything. So the next thing is, when content marketing is appreciated, whereas traditional marketing is tolerated or ignored. So according to the study, 70% of the consumers would rather get to know the company through articles than the advertisements. 80% of the business to business buyers believe that companies should share useful information through social media. 90% of the people say that informative or instructional videos are helpful in purchasing process. 33% of the people on the internet find digital display ads completely intolerable. 54% of the people won't click on banner ads because they don't trust them. So now my question is to you guys. You guys tell me, which do you choose if you come into the field of content, if you come into the field of marketing, whether traditional marketing or content marketing?
Content marketing, ma'am.
So of course, so content marketing is the valuable one which is in today's industry. So it has even when we finish our college days, we can choose a marketing field, and when you become a content writer, or if you get into the content marketing field, it has so much of scope. So of course, learn about the content marketing more and more. So let's move on to the next slide. So we have so many definitions for content marketing. Here I'm just giving you a simpler definition, which makes everyone to understand in an easier way. Content marketing is the process of planning, creating, distributing, sharing, and publishing content to reach your target audience. As a business, this tactic can help you improve brand awareness, boost sales, connect with your target audience members, and engage prospects and customers. So this is a simple definitions for a content marketing. So here some benefits of content marketing have been given over here. Website traffic, client management, leads and conversions, media visibility, competitive advantage, and brand awareness. There are so many benefits in content marketing, but these 6 will be the best and easier one. So why content marketing is important in our life? So educate your leads and prospects about the products and services you offer. It boosts conversions, build relationships between your customers and business, connect with your audience to show them how your product and services solve their challenges, create a sense of community around your brand. So hope everyone understand these points. So if you want me to explain any of these points, just let me know. Yes. third one, yeah, it build relationship between the customers and business. As I said, content marketing, it starts the conversation between the customer and the business, because we open a link, we open a web page, we ourselves select, yes, I'm interested in this product, so we just starting the conversation. Then from the business, you will get the recent product, new products, new subscriptions, new newsletters, where you will read the things. So if you are interested, again you will go and buy the product. Then like that, it will go vice versa. Again the business will contact, again you will go back, as customer will go back if you like the product, again this will happen. So it automatically builds relation without your knowledge, without anyone's knowledge. It automatically builds relationship between your customers and business. So any other points?
Second one.
Second one, it boosts conversation. You are always it boosts conversions. It completes a desired goal, such as filling out a form or making a purchase. If you go to a shop, if you they will have a customer feedback, madam, you will fill a form. What type of example? Go to a mobile shop. You are seeing a traditional marketing board. You are going to a mobile shop. They will ask you to fill out a feedback form. They will ask you to fill so many, which one you like, which product you like the most, through which media you came, through which reference you came to our shop. Like that, there will be so much procedures. But if you come to content marketing, first you buy the product and then you experience it, so it automatically boosts the conversions. It automatically boosts you to a desired goal. So that's the point over here.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah, welcome. So shall I move on to the next slide? So the next thing is principles of content marketing. So I'm going to explain each and every point in next slides. So this is the principles: develop a customer persona, create an engagement cycle, develop the brand story, develop the content marketing channel plan. So let's see what is meant by develop a customer persona. If you are a content marketing specialist, you have to check what are all the principles of a content marketing. The first thing is, we have to see who is our customer. We have to create a customer persona. So on your right hand side, you could see a persona, an example persona, which was created by a content marketer, content marketing specialist. And here right on your left hand side, I just explained what needs to be done on a customer persona. Know the person you are selling to. First, you have to identify which department they are from, which business they are doing, what is their necessity, everything. So know the person you are selling to more than their demographic. And you have to just justify their behaviors, individual needs, and buying cycle. And third thing is customer motivations, goals, and frustrations. Why should this person care about your company? What unique value proposition do you offer this person? So these are the pointers which needs to be there in the customer persona. It doesn't mean only these pointers should be there, or it doesn't mean only all these pointers should be there in your customer persona. Customer persona differs according to our customer. So you can see on your right hand side, there is a customer called Rachel. She is a small business owner, and she is interested in doing social media marketing, and she is a key decision maker. And her demographics is, her age is between 32 to 39, and skews, of course, her gender is female, and her income is $90,000 per year, and she is from urban location. He completed her master's degree. She's married and no kids. Her goals and challenges: save time online, find interesting content to share, maximize social media resources. How we can help? So these all the information which was given by Rachel, and what the content marketer, they have to justify how they can help to the customer. So they have to schedule post to a queue, and they have to content suggestions to Rachel. So this is how we create a customer persona at the first stage. So this is one of the simplest customer persona which I have been taken because you guys have been new to content marketing. So this is one of the most simplest customer persona. You can surf in Google, and if you can find so much different and you can see Microsoft customer persona like that. So many. This is for an individual, and there is a persona for a companies also. So you can surf it and you can gain your knowledge. And second thing is, after creating a customer persona, we have to create the engagement cycle. The first thing, map the customer's buyer process and customer journey. We have to map. This is a cycle. This one goes as a cycle. First one, you have to create awareness. Why they have to come to us? What type of marketing we will do? We have to create awareness to the customer. And second thing is, we have to search for appropriate information to be given for their business. So the second thing is, we have to search for information. And third thing is, we have to give a price for the marketing thing. We have to determine the price. What is the minimum budget? What is the maximum budget? And third thing is, fourth one is purchase decision. We have to, why they need to purchase our product. We have to make a purchase decision. And the next one is alternatives. Of course, the same similar product will be there in the market with a different customer or different client. So we have to tell them there are alternatives, but why you have to choose our thing, why you have to choose our product, because it's the best. And next, shortlist. You have to shortlist which are the ideas which gonna work out. And the next, again, it comes to the customer for purchase. So after purchase, of course, by selling a product, it won't get over. We have to give the customer, they have to experience it. So post purchase, what will happen? They have to experience the product. Whatever we say before selling it, of course the customer should experience the same. And again, if they experience the same positive stuff, again what will happen? The customer will come back to us and the repurchase will happen. And finally the advocacy phase will be on. So the final step is advocate. So this is how the client and the customer engagement will go on. So this slide, in the down of the slide, you can see in the bottom, you can see a cycle which says everything about this phase. The acquisition, retention, advocacy, reactivation, prospect, everything I have given in a simpler terms over the cycle in the above text, but this says prospect, acquisition, retention, everything which I have given in a simpler words, which will be in understandable manner. So this is how the engagement cycle will look like. So next one. So we have created a customer persona. Yes.
Hello, ma'am.
Yes, please.
Ma'am, can you explain a advocate last point, advocacy phase?
Advocacy phase, yeah, sure. So once the purchase is over, the customer will experience the product and they will repurchase it. The advocacy means they will go and tell about you. Of course, if you buy a product from any site, you will share it with your friends. So it will be spreading over all our surroundings, all our friends, relatives, everything. So it will go on. It will be justified to someone saying it's a perfect product, you can go for it. So their marketing stuff is, I was so much attracted to their marketing. So like that, it will go to advocacy. So this is mean by advocate.
Thank you, ma'am.
Clear? Yeah,
Yeah, thank
welcome.
you.
So the next thing is, after creating a customer persona, after creating an engagement cycle, the third thing is a brand story. Of course, everyone loves story. Everyone loves to write a story, and we have to see what is the brand story. So first thing, we have to, everything is given as a question over here. We have to, as a customer marketing specialist, you have to find out the answer. So your brand story will have, how does the customer perceive or experience your brand? So this this question you should ask and you should write the answer for it. So how does the customer perceive or experience your brand? And the second one is, what does your brand promise the customer? What type of promises you give to the customer? If you give those promises, do your product meet all the expectations of the customer? So why is your brand new, different, and challenging? As I say, the similar type of product will be there in the market. So you have to ask question to yourself saying, why is your brand new, and why it's different, and why it's challenging in a society, why it's challenging in across all the similar products in the market? And what is your brand's history? So of course, we buy products from the famous sites or famous forum which has been developed since ages. So we have to explain our history clearly. What is your brand history? When it was introduced? Like that, we have to explain our brand history to the customers. What does your brand help the customer to achieve? So if they buy your brand, what they will achieve? So we have to explain all these steps in our brand story. So any questions? Okay, let me move on to the next slide. So the fourth step is develop the content marketing channel plan. So the next step, we are going to prepare a plan before selling it to the customer. Where will the customer view our content? So this is one of the important thing to be noted. So where you want to, because there are so many platforms to publish our content. So we have to question ourselves saying where your customer is going to view your content, whether it's Facebook, whether it's Twitter, whether it's Insta. So we have to just justify. We have to move our information to the right audience and to the right platform. If we miss it, if we miss it, of course, everything, all the content marketing will be on a flop. So we have to choose a customer view where the customer is going to view your content. And second thing is, what device will the consumer will be using? So whether when we are given in Facebook, whether it will be supported by all the consumers who will be using it, should be supported in the mobiles, it should be supported in laptops, it should be supported in tablets. We have to think of that. What device will the consumer be using? Why would people want this content through this channel? And okay, if we publish in this particular channel, whether everyone would be able to buy it, or everyone want this, whether it's the right channel, everything we should think of it. What do we hope the consumer will do with the content? So we have to think what hopes the consumer will do with the content. We have to think of that. What are all the objectives of each channel as they relate to the engagement cycle? So here on your right hand side, I have given a channel plan which was created by a great marketing content marketer. So this comes from emotional to the rational. If you see the arrows given on your right hand side, it comes to the emotional side to the rational part, and on the down side, it on your x-axis, y-axis. You have to look at your y-axis, x-axis. Your x-axis will be like awareness to the purchase, and if on your y-axis be the emotional to the rational. So it has been given over here, where the red part says the inspired, which gives the inspiration to your customers, where the yellow part says where the customers will convince themselves to buy the product, where a blue part says it's how our product through marketing educate the customers, where the green part says it should, which entertains the customer, where the center line will be constant for all the four phases: articles, ebooks, e-news, events, and ratings. So these are the different types to develop a content marketing channel plan to the customers. Any questions? Okay, let me move on to the next time. So of course, as I said, right back after the lunch, everyone will be tired. So now it's, as I said, all the energizers which I'm going to give will be related to the content marketing. So Now let us go to energizing part. Just give me a moment. So let me take the overall view over here. Okay, all ready for the energizer, or you want me to proceed with the presentation? Anything is okay for me, because I don't know how all the other two sessions worked out for you, but my sessions will be like totally engaged, and you all will enjoy, and I try to make you active. So if you guys ready for the energizer, I'll give the energizer. Okay, I'm getting S, 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 S. So the next question is for Energizer. If you guys are okay, let me check S, S, S. Okay, so if you guys ready for the Energizer, this one I want you guys to on your video, so that I want to see you all, because it's a silent activity where in content marketing you should listen to the customer very well. So you have to look at your you have to listen to your customer very well before creating a content. So this is an energizer which boosts your brain, and it's also, you guys will be active after this energizer. So if you guys are okay to on your video, yes, you can. So I don't want to drag it along. You guys needs to on your video if you are okay. Okay. I couldn't see people on my screen. Okay, fine. So let me start with the energizer. The activity is, first take your right hand up, and you have to draw a square in air. So you can draw a square in air, and it's for 10 seconds. You can draw it. So guys, it's to boost your brain. So you can draw the first thing: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Guys, anyone is doing this?
Yes,
Yeah,
ma'am.
yeah, sure. So the second thing is, so 10 seconds you have done. Now you have to take both of your hands, and you have to draw a square at a time with both of your hands, one in a clockwise and one in a anti-clockwise, but you have to do at a time. So try doing it. So one in a clockwise, one in a anti-clockwise. So just try it out whether you can able to draw a square in air. You can, someone, yes, Aishwarya is able to do it. So you can do it for 10 seconds. Bhavani, Sibi, yes, yes. So I think you guys are very intelligent, because only for intelligent people, clockwise and anti-clockwise works at a time. Okay, just do it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So good. So let's come back to the session. Okay, all good? All are active? Guys? Anyone there? All are active or still with the energizer?
Yes, ma'am. Active.
Active,
Yeah,
ma'am.
yeah. Thank you so much. So, yeah, tell me. Any questions? Guys, shall we proceed?
Nothing, ma'am.
Yep, thank you. So the next thing is content marketing example. So I think this will be interesting because I'm can any mute the audio please, because I'm getting some any okay, thank you. So let's see content marketing examples. So these are the live examples which we see in day-to-day life. So I have taken few best examples in content marketing. So all know this name Zomato, which we use frequently during this lockdown. So Zomato has released this content marketing, this ad in Facebook, Insta, all their social media site, saying the infinite cookie loop. So they have given a cookie, a full cookie over here. And after starting from there, it's a small bite which says chomp. So they are just tasting, they are starting to taste it, and they are taking a second bite, so they are just enjoying the cookies, so they are saying and the third one, it's crunch, so they started enjoying, they just bought it and they are just really enjoying it, and they are asking for the one more. So this is one of the interesting content marketing ad which was released by Zomato. And this is another marketing ad which was released by Zomato in a theme. So I think this one is a theme of something. Can anyone explain what theme this particular advertisement has? This is a theme of one popular web series. Anyone has an idea? This house fork dinner is coming by Zomato. So you guys
No,
know
ma'am.
which? Okay, not a issue. So it has a popular theme of Game of Thrones. It's a popular web series which can be seen. So Game of Thrones series. So Zomato. When we come to Zomato, Zomato is an online directory for finding restaurants away around you. Of course, you all know very well. So they frequently come up with creative social media posts based on what is trending. So according to the trend, they will release the advertisement. Of course, we should always around the trend, what is trending over here, we should give the trends to the customers which attracts them more. When it comes to content marketing, it has one of the best content marketing in India. Zomato has the best content marketing blogs, content marketing advertisements in India. Their content includes blogs, infographics. Infographics means the information will be given in a graphical way, graphical presentation, and videos and images. Through their creative and engaging content for their audience, who are foodies, they have created a top of the mind awareness when it comes to restaurant or food. Their content features pictures of delicious foods, quickly blogs, and excellent online reputation management by responding back to their followers. They focus on producing great content and promote them on their social media platform. So Zomato always advertises in social media platforms in the new trending themes, new trending attractive ways to attract the customers in huge numbers. So this is an live example of a Zomato. And next one, this is Simplify 360. I don't know how many of you know about this particular company. So this Simplify 360 is a company which initially, when it was introduced into the market, it initially got offers from famous organizations like Twitter, Adobe, WBP. But Simplify 360 CEO doesn't accepted the offers and they declined it. Today, if you come to today's world, it struggled a lot to grow, but today Simplify 360 has been able to excel from where it started, and it is among one of the top social media analytics company in the country. Currently, they are active on Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, Google Plus, and YouTube. So here, if you see the community, it's give a complex data in a very simpler way. If you see the top three community strength, so it gives so many people how much community, how much followers they have in a simpler, attractive way. You can see Narendra Modi, Manmohan Singh, like this. You can see so much famous people whose community strength, their community strength in Twitter. And the second marketing stuff is top three politicians who made the most tweets, who always tweet in Twitter. They gave at what time they will be active. So they gave a detailed description in a simpler way. And most influential politicians on Twitter. So first one, they explained about the community strength, and in the second, in the center of the screen, they just explain who made most tweet and at what time. And third one, who is most influential. Of course, anyone can tweet at Twitter, but who is most influential, they explained in a very clear way. So this is how the Simplify 360 people, marketers, they present a complex data in a very much simpler and appealing way. So it is very much attractive and it is easy to understand to everyone. So this is a specific characteristic and a special character of Simplify 360 to make everything simple. So the next one, it's one of my favorite biscuits. It's Oreo. So this is one of the famous advertisement by Oreo in Facebook, by which I was really attracted, and it was really good. So what, if you look at the content, just think what it will be, what it's saying. So Oreo India successfully cracked the code to keep their audience engaged with their content. So always Oreo never failed to keep always engaging with the customers. So at first, when we come into this biscuits or these type of stuff, of course, always Britannia and Parley are the top brands which always excels in all these stuffs. We know Cadbury chocolates, but when Oreo come into the picture, it struggled a lot. They struggled a lot. They faced so many challenges between Britannia and Parley. So they started a brand awareness campaign. So they started awareness campaign with celebrity stats. You know, Oreo ads will be done by Ranbir Kapoor, who is a famous Bollywood celebrity. They always come up with different content ideas with different networks. So this particular ad says, example, June 21st. We all know very well June 21st is the longest day of the year. This has been proved in a research. So they just came with the example stating on June 21st being the longest day of the year. This is how Oreo used a stretched pack of Oreo biscuits as a graphic. So they just expanded, they just stretched the packet, and they were saying, like, longest day of the year, you will get the Oreo biscuits in the longer packets. So this is how they attracts the customer. So the next example is GoPro. So the next good example of content marketing is GoPro. Of course, when we say about GoPro, we always, which comes in mind is quality pictures. GoPro is for quality pictures. So when we compare to a different newsletters, or when we compare to text or something, visual content will have a increasingly powerful stuff. So infographics and visual content will boost traffic, and GoPro knows it very well that giving a visual content will attract the customers a lot. So their marketing strategy is all about quality, quality, quality. So they give quality visual content. Of course, their product will be full of quality. So they have 3.4 million subscribers on YouTube, and they have 6.8 million followers on Instagram. So they are a very best content marketers, which attracts the people, which attracts a customer to the extent. They always mainly focuses on their users, end users. They know very well the customers like pictures, really the great pictures, so that what they provide, what they advertise in all the sites. So this is an example for GoPro over here. Okay. One of the biggest software firm, it's Microsoft. This is one of the page of Microsoft which is named as stories. So the guys of Microsoft knows how to tell a good story, and better to do it in a blog. They know which platform they have to do it. They do everything in blog. The stories will come in blog. They won't release it on Facebook. They won't release it on Twitter. They won't release it on Instagram. They know very well where to tell a good story. Of course, it's on a blog. So they aptly termed it stories. Enjoying a good story is in everyone's DNA. So we love to hear a story, we love to read a story. So because storytelling releases a feel-good hormone called oxytocin. When we listen to a story, and if it is very soothing way, it automatically, our body will releases a hormone called oxytocin, which makes you to indulge into the story. So the Microsoft knows this very well, and they have created this particular blog called Stories about their employees, about their owners, everything. So the better stories you tell, the better you will connect with your audience. The better connection, the stronger the relationship. That's their motto. That's their goal about the Microsoft. And the next one is HubSpot. So HubSpot is an innovator marketing. So this is a best marketing company, which is an innovator, who is an innovator in marketing. So HubSpot, it will done with a very simple process. The first, they have 4 motive in creating a attracting the customers. One is attracting, one is converting, the next one is closing, and 4th one is delighting. So in that order, much like Buffer, they create lots and lots of valuable content to help people progress their marketing. Whether you buy from HubSpot or not, you always think of them as an important resource. Their guides are detailed, authoritative, and free. They give so many free stuffs to the people, like ebooks, marketing kits, user guides, webinars, and video courses. Their content will always be with high quality, relevant, and engaging. So these are all the live examples of creative content marketing. So if you guys become a content marketer, all your blogs, all your posts, all your tweets will be full of creativity like these. So next, we'll move on to types of content marketing. There are different types of content marketing. The first one is social media content marketing, which is a very valuable, and which attracts people immediately. It won't even take time to reach out to the people. The first thing is social media content marketing. So I have given an example of Lush Cosmetics, which has 4.4 million followers on Instagram. So with 4.4 billion global followers, it is easy to understand why so many businesses invest in social media content marketing. So because of their page itself, they earn so much in Insta, and by selling their product, we have to think how much marketing we are doing. So what's their profit? Why they are marketing these many stuffs? Everything is for a profit, as you guys told at the beginning of the session. So there are a number of platforms like Facebook, Insta, Pinterest, LinkedIn, Snapchat. So there are several ways to work it, several ways to do a marketing. So all these platforms and the ways to share your content provide you with a large amount of opportunities to connect with your audience. The Instagram page, this particular Instagram page shares Lush product line, which displays a different color and scent options for the product, and shows various ways of each product can be used. when we look at their profile, it feels and looks colorful, it looks bright, happy, and uniquely lush. So the people of all the background, the people of all the ethnicities and all the genders use their product, and all the product which fits all their necessity. So they never failed at their promise. So Lush Cosmetics is one of the famous brand from North America, which is to all the people with all the ethnicities, all the backgrounds, with all the genders. So they never failed in content marketing. This is one of the best example in social media content marketing. So the next one is infographic content marketing. So this is an example of an IBM. This infographic content has been released when IBM launches the cloud marketplace. So they launches a cloud marketplace. So at that time, this content was prepared and it was released. So it is a display content where information and data is easy to understand in a graphic format. If you look at it, an estimated 80% of the organization will use cloud services by the end of 2014. They have taken a survey and they have given 18% of all the organization will use it by the end of 2014. And the second point is they say about the profit, they say about the gross. The market opportunity for cloud computing is expected to exit $250 billion by end of 2017, according to the Gartner. And the next thing is they just given the different business data analytics in a small icons like 200 plus patents, dedicated bare metal, cloudant, red tabs, cloud integration. They have given all the analytics, big data in a small tabs. So this particular thing, this is a mix of simple wording, short statements, and clear images. Infographics are a great way to effectively communicate your content. So this is the best example for infographic content marketing. So the next one is blog content marketing. So you guys know very well what is meant by blogs. So if you come across expedia.com, so this is a interesting site. This is a travel forum which always writes interesting blogs. So blogs are powerful type of content for inbound marketing, and it shares information with your customer and the target audience. Whether if it is an educational one, whether it's a customer related or product related, blogs are very useful steps. Blogs usually convert readers into customers. It always boosts your brand awareness and build relationships with your audience. So depending on the goal of your specific blog, you may choose to promote other blog content by linking to various posts, sharing links to your social media pages, linking to your partners, websites and products, or writing about your product line. Expedia has a blog called Out There Starts Here that starts travel related information. So post this session, you guys can go to the Expedia site and you can read a blog called Out There Starts Here. So if you read it, of course, it will be very interesting, and you get to know how they beautifully written their blogs. And also, this particular site regularly publishes their blog content to keep readers interested and engaged. And it includes wide range of topics related to any type of trip you could imagine. And they do this by linking to their services and writing about customers who have already positive experiences with their company. So this is one of the best example for blog content marketing, and I request everyone to go visit their site right after this session to see their perfect blog content marketing post. And the next one is podcast content marketing. So I have given you the example. So Podcast is nothing but here in Tamil Nadu or in India, we are listening to FMs like that. Podcast will be given in the US, UK, and in foreign countries. Podcast is a type of online conversations between the customers and the clients. It will be like that. So in US, if you see 6 million people currently listen to podcast in US. So podcasts have become popular content medium because of their convenience. You can enjoy them. You can enjoy podcast on the go. Whenever you are trying to relax, whenever you want to relax yourself, you can listen to the podcast. So this is the main reason so many businesses have started creating a podcast. So when a business create a podcast, so what will happen? They improve the brand awareness. They build relationship with the audience members. They promote their products, services, and partners. So this particular HBR means Harvard Business Review. This has a weekly podcast. It's not on a daily basis. This has a weekly podcast called HBR IdeaCast, which always features industry leaders in both business and management. You can subscribe to it, or you can receive their hundreds of podcasts, or you can even choose the best one which has so much of listeners. So it will be very interesting podcast which is released by HBR. So you can listen to it when you have time. And the next one is video content marketing. So this one, you guys, if you watch any videos on YouTube, or if you are watching something on YouTube, there you will get a promotional messages in YouTube often. So this is one of the best example for video content marketing. So you guys have to take a look at it. Let me play. This is one of the famous example of video content marketing. So just you guys can have a look at this. You can. So this is all about. So it's a ad of Reebok, which says 25,915 days. So what you understand from this particular ad? This is a type of video content marketing. Of course, we don't even hear a single spoken word, but what the company wants to deliver the message to the customer is clear. They clearly mention life is short. Live every day to the fullest. The title, which they say is 25,915 days, is the lifespan of the average person. So they just took a lifespan of average person, and they said life journey is encapsulated by a woman's ongoing relationship with running. And this video is particularly made of all powerful music choice. So this particular video is full of music without even a single word. So this particular music makes everyone to get up and do something. And how much time you have to left to do so, the video links to a landing page where you can estimate your remaining days. So at the end of the video, they clearly gave get up, run, and this is run with Reebok. So this is a clearer idea which they give with the video content marketing. And the end of the advertisement, they gave calculate your days. So only few more days. So out of 25,915 days, calculate your days and start running with Rubo. So this is how beautifully they are selling their product to the customers. So video marketing can automatically boost the conversions, and they improve the investment to the customers, and they help to build relationship with the audience members. And also you may choose to share your video marketing content on all the social media platforms and the site pages, the partner websites, which expands to reach across the different media. So this is the example for video content marketing. And the next one is it's paid ad content marketing. As the name clearly mentions, paid ad. We have to pay to someone, we have to pay to the platform to advertise our products. So of course we have to pay to Facebook, we have to pay to Instagram, we have to pay to Amazon product ads to advertise our ads in between our social media. So we guys experience this daily basis when we are surfing our Facebook, when we are surfing our Instagram page, automatically the paid ads will pop up in our page, which creates a eagerness and which makes us to enter into the page and surf and look after it. So organic traffic is created. So why this paid ads is coming into the picture? Because of the organic traffic, because of the so much of users in YouTube, so much users in Twitter. So because of this paid ad content is coming into the picture. However, this is not said paid ad and ads are useless or ineffective for reaching your target audience. Paid ads help to reach a broad audience and allow you to position yourself in all the places you want to be seen. For example, if you take this particular ad, this is a Revolve, this is a clothing accessories company. So this particular company uses paid and sponsored ads on social media to reach their target audience while they browse their news feeds. So we will be browsing the news feeds of this particular company, or we will be browsing the news feeds of a company with a similar product. Automatically this particular paid ads will come and sit in your Facebook page. So the content ad features some of these products and details about their free shipping and return policies to pull the audience. So they clearly mention free shipping and returns at the bottom of their particular ad, which attracts the people. And hopefully they convert their audience into customers. They were just surfing it, but looking at this catchy stuffs on their paid ad marketing, they automatically click on shop now and they enter into the site and they will buy. So those audiences will automatically become their customers. So this is how the paid ad content marketing works with the people. Okay, so any doubts in these types of content marketing? Any doubts, guys?
No, ma'am.
So all clear? Okay. Okay, thank you. So let us move on to the Energizer part. So this Energizer, I want, so let us keep this Energizer for chat for 5 minutes, not more than that. So as a content marketing specialist, as a content marketer, you guys should be innovative. So you guys should have a creative ideas in your mind. So I want 3 volunteers. Anyone might be. Let me show this game is totally creating a story it's in your imaginary world. Let me show the thing. So I want 3 volunteers. You guys, I give you 3 minutes time to think of a story using these images. It doesn't mean the story will come in this particular uh, uh, order. You can change the order, you can change the pictures, but all the pictures will come into your story. So you guys have to frame a story, and let me check how creative are you guys and how innovative are you guys. So any three volunteers, no specific people. So if you guys are interested, any three people can frame a story for 1 minute. So I give you 2 minutes of time to look at the pictures, and 3 minutes for per person, it's 1 minute. So totally for 3 persons is 3 minutes. Totally this activity is for 5 minutes. So you guys, your time starts now. You can look at these images.
Ma'am,
Yes.
shall I tell a story?
Yeah, sure. May I know your good name?
Ma'am, my name is Shiva Prakash.
Okay, yes, Shiv Prakash. Proceed. Yes, you can. Others, in the meantime, you can listen to Shiv Prakash, the creative and innovative story. Yes, Shiv Prakash.
Ma'am, before this pandemic period, they are using that like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Seventh pick is said is they are always using phones and anywhere some games and all. But nowadays, people during this pandemic year, they are the families are well together, and they spending the times with family, and the social distancing. They are wearing mask, and the students are playing together in garden and e-learning from home, and celebrating together, and father and mothers are they are sleeping on that, like in some situation family members are went for night shift, no one are
Yes.
no way to go for work, so they are jointly slept, and they are entertaining together, and students are also they don't they're not for going school, so they are spending at times like yoga and some other games than physical exercise. That's all.
Oh my God. So it's very good. So I liked a point where you said people were, while in sleeping, you might have just told me that people are sleeping together. So instead of
Yes.
that, you have just said they may be going to night shift. So that was very good, and very good, Shiv Prakash.
Thank you.
So yeah, the next one. Anyone is ready? So guys, please remember, as Shiv Prakash took an initiative, as he said first, the storyline should be in a different way. It should be little more creative than Shiv Prakash one, because he covered all the points and he covered pandemic. Of course, you can cover COVID situation, but it should be in a creative way also. So the next person, anyone is ready?
My name is Senthil Kumar. Can I say the story?
Yes, please.
Okay. So life for the brother and sister was very happy and comfortable, and suddenly something happened. The COVID pandemic started, and all of them had to follow protocols, wear masks, and life suddenly changed for the entire family. And the parents and the children decided to make some crops, vegetables for their own personal use, and they started home garden, flower garden, and all. And education also changed. It became learning from home. Computer became the new school and all. and more family time was possible, though parties were not in the old style. Family time became more possible, and it was very hectic. Life before the pandemic and the life during the pandemic, so sometimes the schedules of people became very much hectic. It was not easy during the pandemic because everyone was busy working in different corners of the house and all. Life actually for many people became more hectic, and for this family also, but they kept themselves fit and happy by doing exercising, different activities within the home, and taking care of each other in the family. So that is the story of a family.
Oh my God, it's very good, Sendil, and your language, your style is awesome. So keep it up. And may I
Thank
move
you.
on to the next person? The last and final one. So anyone is ready to frame a story? So now
Excuse
you
me,
guys
ma'am.
got it. Yes,
Good
please.
evening.
Good evening. May I know your good name?
My name is Harshita.
Yes, Harshita, proceed.
By seeing these images, we can say that we start our day by doing some physical activities, and then children go to school, and parents are busy with their jobs, works, and all. And we can say that due to this COVID situation, uh, the senior citizens are also wearing masks and doing physical distance. And we can say that in the second row, the third image, we can say due to this COVID situation, we have to spend our time with family. But then everybody, because of that COVID, we can't go out, and they're always busy with their cell phones. We can say even that, and students also, children are also busy. They're always learning on laptops, e-learning, and yeah, that emotional connectivity with teachers is the losing. Even that we can say, ma'am.
Okay, good, Harshita. So thank you. Thank you for three beautiful stories, Shiv Prakash, Sendil, and Harshita. So thank you, guys. So let me move on to the next stage. Guys, I leave you guys for a break for 10 to 15 minutes by 5 o'clock or 4:45. Is that fine? Yes. So
Yes, ma'am.
4:45 is fine, guys. So let me complete marketing strategy alone.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So let me move on to the content marketing strategy. So guys, can everyone is on mute? I think some of you didn't turned off your. Okay, fine. So if you take all the businesses, all the departments, there will be a strategy. So of course, content marketing is also having a strategy. So these are the different type of strategy which we implement in content marketing. The first one is, of course, we have to set up goals. We have to set smart goals for it, and we have to determine the KPIs. I'll explain you the next slides what is mean by KPIs and what are all the KPIs. And the third one is we have to choose the perfect content channel which reaches the perfect customers, correct? Perfect customers. And the next one is decide on the type of content and set a budget, create and distribute the content, and analyze and measure goals. So the first one is set smart goals. So before creating a content, before we market the content, we have to create a goals. We have to create a smart goals. So the goals should improve your brand awareness. It should boost your revenue. It should increase conversions. It improve brand loyalty. It attract your strategic partners. It increase the customer engagement. It build rapport and trust among your prospects and customers. So the first part of your content marketing strategy, as I said, it's to set your SMART goals. These goals should be specific to your business. It should not be in different form, it should be appropriate. It should be specific to the type of business which you're gonna do. It should likely complement your broader marketing and company goals. So you should, before setting a goal, you should check whether it will be our company, which is our business, whether it suits to your business and whether it suits to your company goals. So before setting a goal, you should think all these stuffs. And the next one is defining the KPIs. Determine your KPIs. You guys know what is mean by KPI? So these are all the corporate terminologies which you should be aware of before entering into a corporate, before entering into organization. So you guys know what is mean by KPI? Okay, so let me tell you, KPI means key performance indicator. So which is most important stuff, which is a key performance indicator. So we have to know that is KPI means key performance indicator. Please note this on your mind. It will be useful when you enter into your corporate industry. So the set of key performance indicator which should match with your SMART goals. Whatever goals you are setting, it should match with your goals. So KPIs are the quantifiable data you can use to measure your actual performance against your goal. So for example, if you take a SMART goal, your goal is a brand awareness. So what is the key point performance indicator is? For brand awareness, the KPI is site traffic, social media followers, subscription sign-ups, which is mentioned. Hello? Sorry, any questions, guys? Okay. So when we take a SMART, I'm coming back again as there is a sudden disturbance. So when we come to a brand awareness, your KPI will be the site traffic, social media followers, subscription sign-ups, mentions by customers and partners. The second goal, if we come to revenue, your KPI should have a daily sales and site traffic. And conversions, it's a conversion rate, shopping cart abandoned rate, associated shipping rate trends, competitive price trends. And the next goal is brand loyalty, that is returning customers, promoters, product reviews, referrals. Customer engagement, likes, shares, follows, mentions, backlinks. Rapport and trust, returning customers, promoters, followers, mentions. And strategic partners, new partnerships, mentions, and backlinks. So whatever SMART goal is, there should be a related KPIs, which has been given in brief. So depends on your business, your goal differs and your KPI differs, which is to be framed by the content marketing specialist. So decide on the type of content. When we choose a type of content, we will create it. Start by thinking about your target audience and the buyer personas. So you have to think, what is your customer persona? According to the customer persona, what will be your target audience? Which platform will be your target audience site? So you have to think all these points. And you have to answer all these questions about your target audience, which help you to narrow down the right types of content for them. So the first thing which you have to ask your target audiences, what do they need from you? What challenges are they looking to overcome? Why do they need your product or service? How can you help them succeed? These 4 questions should not change to any business, any content. So all these 4, you can add any questions. So these 4 questions should be on you should decide these 4 questions before creating a content to the business. To choose your content channels appropriately. If we create a content in Facebook, whether our audience will be the appropriate one, so you have to choose your content channels appropriately. There are so many content channels to be created, but the target audience should be the perfect one. You have to think whether if we create it on Facebook, whether our target audience, it will reach our targeted audience, whether the audience will be the appropriate one. So like that, we have to think it out, whether it's Facebook, whether it's Insta, whether it's Twitter, whether it's websites, whether it's social media. You have to think and you have to create your content. Once you have decided on the type of content you will market it with, you have to choose a time of your specific content channel. At what time there will be a most traffic, at what time I should release my ad, at what time I should release my content marketing stuff, at what you have to think of the time. For some content type, the channel you need to work with will be obvious. For example, if you are creating a blog content, your channel will be the blog itself. So sometimes if you're creating a blog, of course, in which platform you will create it? Of course, in blog. You will not create a blog under Facebook. You will not create a blog under Instagram. So you have to choose your content channel appropriately. If you choose social media, you need to decide. So if you write a blog, we have only one, it's a blog. But if you choose a social media, we have so many. So we have to decide which platform you will be marketing on, whether it's Insta, whether it's Facebook, whether it's Twitter, so on. If you choose infographic, if you choose your infographic content marketing, then you have to decide which channel you will be sharing it on, whether it's a social media, whether it's a website. So you have to think which type of content, the infographic, video, so whichever podcast, whatever, we have seen so many types of content marketing, which type of content marketing you have to do, and which is the platform, which is the channel you are going to publish it. You have to choose it very carefully. So the next step is set a budget. So think about the type of content you are creating and which channels you are marketing that on. So each channels have a different budget to be determined. So ask yourself the following questions to determine your budget. Do you need to purchase any software or technology to create a content, such as graphic design software like Adobe Photoshop, a subscription to Canva, a camera to take high quality pics and video? Of course, if you're creating a content, we have to create it through a software, or we have to create it through a technology. So we have to first check that point, and we have to come to a conclusion. Yes, I want a Photoshop. I want a design Photoshop with all the designing features in Adobe Photoshop. So there is a cost involved in it that needs to be backed by the business, that needs to be backed by the customer. So do you need to hire any content team members such as artists, writers, editor, designer? Of course, if we are creating a content, we need idea, we need people. There are so many people involved in creating a content, creating a single content. There will be artists, depends on the content it differs. Artists is required, writers is required, editors required, designers required. So we have to pay salary for them. We have to decide everything, and we have to take a note. We have to set a budget for it. The next point, do you need to pay for ad space? So where we are going, we have to get a space, we have to pay for it. If it's yes, set a budget. If it's no, it's not required. Do you need access to specific tools or resources to enhance or measure your specific type of content? So all these 4 questions you have to ask yourself, you have to come to a conclusion, and you have to set a budget, and you have to provide it to your business or your customers or your clients. So the next point is create and distribute the content. So there are 2 types of things we can create and distribute. To ensure you're consistently producing content and sharing it among your prospects and customers, use your social media calendar. So you can see social media calendar is not easy to explain it in a short session. So I didn't place the example over here. You can go and have a look on social media calendar whenever time is available. You can read it out. It's a huge process which needs to be done on a separate session. So use a social media calendar or editorial content calendar. You guys can read about these two stuff where we can distribute the content to the business. So social media editorial calendars is like a spreadsheets which we see in Excel, or some apps are also being created to schedule social post in advance. We can when we need to post this, at what time we need to post this. It's like a organizer in a form of spreadsheets. Sometimes these particular calendars are also used to plan when and which content should be shared. According to the trends, the content differs. So it always it will decide when and which content to be shared, manage campaigns and track deadlines. So till this time to this time, it should be it should be visible to the people, because the trend is going on changing. So we can set a timeline. From this time to this time, it will be visible. After that, it should automatically move on from the page. Like that, we can do all these stuffs on a social media calendar and also on an editorial content calendar. Both are of different terms, but the same calendar. This can help our team to stay on top of all the content being created and even schedule it ahead of time. So these are all the different type of stuff which we have in marketing strategy. Any doubts on the strategies? Any doubt on strategy?
No, ma'am.
Okay. So I said, so the next thing I need to move on to content tone. So it's of different one. So you guys can step out for a break for 15 minutes. Is that fine?
Participants, do you want the break?
10 minutes, ma'am.
Okay, fine.
Okay, 10 minutes. Come and join, rejoin again, and it will continue. Yeah.
Yep. So 4:45, even I will join back. So guys, come back as soon as possible. So thank you.
நான் கூட்டிட்டு
call in. Guys, can we start?
Yes, ma'am, please.
Yes, thank you so much. So now I hope everyone had a basic idea what is meant by content marketing. So let's move on to the next topic, that is content tone. So what is the content tone? Of course, we know how to create a content, but in which tone it attracts people, which tone is necessary. So what is meant by a content tone? A tone of voice describes how your brand communicate with the audience. So our advertisement, our marketing should communicate with the audience, and it should influence people how they are receiving the message. Your company's tone of voice represents the sentence we frame, how we explain it in our ad. It only creates our personality and values. Our tone of voice may vary from time to time depending on what type of audience we are communicating with, what type of media we use, and what is the goal we are pursuing. So this is a brief meaning of a content tone. So now we can also say it as a tone of voice, or we can say it's a content tone or a content voice. But there is a difference between a voice and tone in content marketing. What is meant by a voice? Your brand personality described in an adjective. For instance, brands can be lively, positive, cynical, or professional. What is a tone? A subset of your brand's voice. Tone adds specific flavor to your voice based on factors like audience, situation, and channel. There is one voice for your brand and many tones that refine that voice. We have only one idea. We have one idea which is termed as a voice, but it can be refined. It can be made into perfection using a different tone. So which is a difference between a voice and tone. Hello? Yes, any doubts? Let me move on to the next slide. The 3 C's of a brand voice. So we have a golden rules in our commerce. We have golden rules in accounts, like that. We have 3 C's in the brand voice. Culture, conversation, community. We can say it in any order: community, culture, conversation. All 3 gives the same meaning, same brand. It has the same importance. So what does culture says about? So what does your company stand for? What makes you stand out from all the others who are after the same audience? Your unique qualities make your culture special, and these should be a pillar of your developing voice. This is all about culture. When we talk about community, listening can reveal how your community speaks and can help you speak easier with them and to them. You can use your language and meet them on their terms. And when we talk about conversation, personality and authenticity are key here. What do you want to add to the conversation? As you think about what you can offer, you will start to see a better picture of where your voice might fit. So these are all the important 3 C's which we should have in our brand voice, that is culture, community, and a conversation. And we have to focus on your tone of voice a lot to make our content marketing stuff a successful one. There are many reasons, but I have taken only 6 important reasons. The first one is it makes you human. So what does mean by that? What does mean by it makes you human? People like to deal with people. So they like a brand to have a personality they can recognize and bond with. Sometimes people assume business to business buyers work in a completely rational way. Business people are also a people. They might have more priorities and stakeholders to think about, but they are given with a choice. They have to go with the firm that connects with the emotional state. So the trend towards more authenticity, honesty, realness, and openness, things that were traditionally seen to business to customer values. So they always see. So always while creating a marketing strategy, you have to think the business to the customers. You have to think as a human. When it reaches to the you have so much experience in creating a stakeholders. You know about a stakeholders. You know about a priority everything. But when it going to the customer, whether it should be understandable at their end, you have to stand on their shoes and you have to think. You have to think whether it reaches in an appropriate way, in a clear way. Buyers of all types are looking for the emotional truth behind an offer or brand, not just the rational benefit. So this is a fact, which reason your tone should makes it makes you human. It should not be like an order. It should not be like a request. It should be like it should have a humanic tone. It should be on a friendly note to the people, to the customers. So it helps you cut through. As content marketing becomes more popular, firms are generating more and more writing. But it doesn't have a clear voice. So a distinctive brand tone gives you a best chance of connecting with people. So your tone should be distinctive. It should be different. It should be unique. It should show your individuality when compared to other brands. Ideally, you want your tone to be immediately recognizable and not sound virtually the same as your competitors. So it should be totally different from your competitors. So in one word, it should be unique. It should have an individuality. If you take a brand, they should talk only about it. They should not compare it with both the ads, both the marketing content looks the same. They should not be like that. So it helps you to cut through it. It replaces face-to-face communication. So according to some research, they said that business buyers don't contact suppliers directly until they make 90% of the way through the purchase process. There are fewer opportunities to talk to face-to-face on the sellers, on the supplier side. So there are very rare scenario. Out of 100%, 90% of the people won't directly talk to the supplier. Only 10% of the people have a face-to-face communication. The tone helps to build trust with the customers from the start, laying the foundation for a strong working relationship. We have evolved to a highly attuned and subtle signals such as emotions, body language, gesture, voice, and so many steps. The signals carried by a tone of voice is the only way to show our identity, personality, and our intention. So only through the voice, only through the tone, we can show up what type of brand we are, what is our identity, what is our personality, and what is our intention behind this product. So only your voice, your sentence, your voice, your tone will replace the face-to-face communication. It speaks with the image. It speaks with the content. It builds authority. Think of the killer TED Talks. So you have to watch TED Talk show if you guys are not watching till now. It is a type of content market. You can watch to it. You can develop your communication. You can get so many steps by watching the tech shows. The tech shows will be always lively, funny, it's memorable, filling the stage with passion. So it will be authoritative. So the tone of voice will be with the it should build authority. So it will be like that. Personality, which shows you have confidence in what you are saying, and that is therefore it has a real value. So it should not be like clumsy. It should be confident. It should come out with a confidence note. So whatever we say, it will happen. It should always build the authority to the customers. It gives you focus. Working on a tone of voice is an excellent discipline for thinking about your company's identity. You have to boil everything down to something clear and simple that everyone can understand. That helps to cut through clutter and confusion. Your tone can even help you set strategic direction. Markets are getting more crowded and competitive, where companies have to decide on their brand personality. So your focus, you have to focus on the stuff. It should be successful. Automatically the tone of, if we have a confident, if we build it with authority, it will automatically gives you a focus to the successful ending. It makes you different. As I said, if you follow all these, if you have all these focuses on your tone of voice, it automatically makes you unique. It automatically top you in the market. So it automatically makes you different. So the tone of voice is a story that is just a beginning of a content marketing stuff. Most of the companies have no idea at all about the tone of voice. So very few business to business brands have been doing this for long enough that we can say they have definitely nailed it for their whole brand. So if you follow all these 6 reasons for your tone of voice, of course, there will be a success at the end. So why does your company need a tone of voice? I know how to do an attractive marketing strategy. I know. Then why my company needs a tone of voice? So because it builds 65% connection to the customers. And in a study, it proved that 64% it builds trust between the customers and the business. Any questions? Okay. And 23% it increases our company revenue when we focus on our tone of voice, and 80% it creates a memorable image of our brand. Even if it is out of the trend, it always, our tone of voice will create a image of our brand. So these are all the important to build a connection, to build a trust, to increase our company revenue, to create a memorable image. We need a tone of voice for our company. So then who has the expertise to define your tone of voice? So the first thing, who is expert to define your tone of voice is analytical skills. So you should have analytical skill to conduct an audience research. So what are all the audience expecting? What type of strategy they want? What type of advertisement strategy they like to? So you have to analyze everything. You should have analytical skills to conduct the audience research. And you have the in-depth knowledge of your brand culture, which product you're gonna promote. So you should have an in-depth knowledge of your brand culture to define your values. And you should have a writing skills to determine how to express your brand personality. You should be strong in your grammar. You should have a excellent catchy phrases to attract the people. You should have a perfect writing skills. Your will to change and unify the way your company uses language. And if someone says, your stakeholders, your business, or your any people, if says no, you should change the content, you should be ready to change your content. You should always have an alternate with you. So you should have a will to change of what you designed or what you prepared. So these 3 things, if you have, you are an expertise to define the tone of your voice. Okay, so I think you guys came right after the break, so I let me skip the Energizer, and I keep this Energizer at the end of the session because this is the most interesting Energizer which they give usually at the corporate industry. So let me move on to the next slide. So there are 4 dimensions of tone of voice. Even the voice has different dimensions. So the first one is formal versus casual. So formal languages always makes us to appear more authoritative, but can leave readers feeling cold times and to the impersonal tone it creates. But in contrast, if you take casual language, it may give a feeling of a personality and friendliness. So overly, the casual tone can make readers think you are inexperienced and professional. So when it comes to a tone of voice, people always like to hear. Guys, there is a disturbance. Ma'am, can you please check? Okay, thanks. So when we come to a tone of voice, people always like to have a casual language than a formal one, because formal one will be more professional, where a casual one will always create a friendliness which builds a, a closer bond with the customers to the business. And next we can take funny versus serious. So of course, the formal and serious will be of a same face, because if we have a funny tone, it makes people it attracts people a lot and results in audience higher recall and more social shares. If we see, if we scrolling in Facebook or Instagram, if we come to see any memes or any comedy stuff, of course we immediately click on a share button. So if our content is funny, it will move on, it will go to different people and it hits so many people page. Where if a serious stuff, it gives a feeling of credibility and trust. Of course, if it's serious, it gives, okay, they are very strict on their product, they are very promising, and it gives a credibility and trust. Humor can increase the power of memory recall and get more shares, but humor is always a risk in brand communication that can backfire, and it will be creating an unprofessionalism to the customers. So they will think they are very lack of seriousness. So whether they may betray us, whether it won't be a trustable site. So it has a positive end also, and it has a cons also, though all the dimensions have both pros and cons over here. So when making a choice between a funny and serious tone, remember that very well that funny tone won't fit all companies, but more importantly, humor shouldn't get in the way of actually communicating with your audience. Any doubts? Okay. So the next dimension is a respectful versus irrelevant. So we know what is respectful language. It's giving a feeling of friendliness and cordiality. But on an overall respectful tone, especially used at inappropriate times, may give an impression that you are trying to interrogate yourself with the reader. So they will think badly, like you're trying to imitate others. You are trying to exaggerate some stuffs to the people. So an irrelevant tone helps your brand seem confident and authoritative, and that can even give you a feeling of supremacy over the competitors. So we have to come to a conclusion saying irrelevant language can intimidate or offend the reader. So they have both pros and cons between the respectful and the irrelevant things. So we have to decide which suits to your brand, whether it's a respectful tone or an irrelevant tone. And the next thing is enthusiastic versus matter of fact. An enthusiastic tone gives a sense of friendliness and willingness to help. But if we use it at the inappropriate times, it may fatigue or irritate a reader. So we should know very well where we should have an enthusiastic tone. So if it's not good, then we have to move to when in that place we don't want to use the enthusiastic tone. Immediately we have to move to the matter of fact. So matter of fact language always gives us a feeling of honesty and its simplicity. But it may seem as an indifference and lack of personality. So of course, if this or that, there are pros and there are cons. So these are the four different dimensions on a tone of voice: formal, casual, funny, serious, respectful, irreverent, enthusiastic, and matter of fact. So next, here is a guide to content marketing for brand awareness. So we should have awareness when creating a brand name, when we are advertising for a brand, when we are creating a marketing content for a brand. The first thing is draft a content strategy. The ultimate goal of branded content marketing is to help our company further hone and clarify your image and messaging. For this reason, it is very important to have a clearly articulated strategy. Content goes towards telling a cohesive story of your brand. Before embarking a campaign, take the time to consider what story you want to tell and make sure that all your content has an unequivocal focus in line to a stated goals. So you have to draft a clear content strategy to create a brand awareness. And then the second step is, once you drafted a perfect content strategy to create your brand, the next thing is you have to create an email newsletter. You may think email newsletter maybe seem outdated. Yes, of course it seems to be outdated, but its strong and specific weekly monthly email newsletters remain one of the most important ways to keep your customer updated and engaged. So if you are creating a daily email newsletter, yes, it's outdated, but to remind your customers, to remind your stakeholders, to remind your clients, you should create a specific weekly or bi-weekly email newsletters, which is really a powerful one. And third thing is, build a branded blog. So one of the recent search suggests is blog readers will hit 150 billion. So 150 billion people started reading blogs in US, which is roughly 60% people who is using internet on the overall population. So blogs is becoming more and more powerful platform for a content marketing. So build a branded blog. It should be more attractive and it should be reaches to the right audience at the right time. And the fourth one is think viral. So of course, as we said, our content should reflect the voice of our brand. It should not be of anything else. So you have to think virally, which will attract the customers. So it should reflect our voice by the image, by the video, by the text, by the blog. It should attract the voice of your brand. You should clearly remember that the most frequently shared content is not always the most informative or professional. If you see the frequent ads on your social sites or social media, social platform, it doesn't mean it's more informative and professional. The content which is fun, dynamic, and playful is going viral. So your content should be it should have a fun, should be dynamic, and it should be playful. Even if your brand tends more serious, don't afraid of multimedia content such as videos or photos that give you brand a playful or humorous vibe. Both video and image content is easier to digest than blocks of text. So your audience, your brand is current and willing to embrace the digital trends. So guys, know very well that all the people around us are in a digitalized world. So they want to embrace only to the digital trends. So I think throughout this presentation, all of you have clearly got an idea that traditional revenue-driven advertising or a branded content marketing is totally focusing on creating interesting, relevant, and value-adding content in order to establish a voice of industry authority, to create brand awareness, and eventually to build a customer base. When you are thinking about content marketing for brand awareness, make sure you are focusing on adding value and not selling your stuff. So this is here I'm giving you some recommended reading to get a detailed knowledge about content marketing. So I can share this separately to your ma'am, and who can share it with you guys. If you guys have time, please go through this particular edition books. You can read it online, and you can just look on the chapters 21 and 22 on marketing communications, and on epic content marketing you can read on chapters 10 and 11. And if you want to read it on the website, I have given 4 famous content marketing websites to read and gain your knowledge. So this is all about the session today. So if you guys have any questions, you can write now. Guys, any questions?
Madam, good evening, madam.
Yes, please.
Madam, I have a small doubt. What is different between innovative marketing and content marketing? Innovative advertising, content marketing.
Sir, I'm sorry, your voice is breaking. Can
Innovative advertising.
Can you
Innovative.
send me your question in chat, please?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Okay.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm having so much disturbances. Is it audible? Is it audible now? Is it audible? Okay, so difference between innovative advertising and content marketing. Sir, advertising.
Ma'am, please switch off your mic, ma'am. Please.
Just a moment. 1 hour more to complete the lesson. 1 hour more to complete the lesson. You want to discuss for 1 hour after this program? Ma'am, anyone has talked?
Some of busy noise are there. We can't listen anyone properly. Some of hazy noise are there. We can't listen anyone properly.
You want to discuss for 1 hour? Ma'am, are you asking me? Yeah. Yeah, if questions are coming, yes, I'm ready to talk for another 1 hour. Okay. Ma'am, I'm having so much disturbances. I don't know from whom I'm getting. Yes, let me answer to the question which was asked by... Oh my God, I missed it.
Madam, I raised one question.
Yes, innovative
again, ma'am.
advertising.
Madam, I raised one question.
Yes, now tell me. Yeah, now the line is clear. Now just tell me out.
Content marketing.
Mm-hmm.
Madam.
Yes, sir, tell me.
Madam, I raised one question.
That is innovative advertising. What is the difference?
Content marketing.
Okay.
In content marketing, you told email newsletter.
Yes. In email newsletters. Yes, tell me.
Ma'am.
Yes, please.
Ma'am, I'm Dani here. Can I ask you a small question? Can I get a small definition for content marketing, ma'am?
Yes, I said in the starting of the slide. So you want it in a brief way?
Ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
So you can, yeah, it's like it's a process of planning, creating, and distributing content to reach the audience. That's it. So you can
Okay,
say you
thank
have
you.
to plan, you have to create, you have to distribute, and you have to share. That's it.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Yes, welcome. So I have another guy. Someone is asking me what is the difference between innovative advertisement and what is the difference between innovative advertisement and content marketing. So I missed the chat over here. I don't know your good name, sir, but the answer is advertising comes into marketing. So whether it's an innovative one, whether it's a creative one, everything is coming into the content marketing. There is no separate path for innovative advertising. So everything, advertising is totally coming into content marketing. So I had another question also. What is content? I think I think his line is not clear. Any other questions? Can you guys, if you have any questions, can you please ping me through the chat over here?
Ma'am, can you hear me?
Yes, please.
Yeah, can you give some examples about different tones? We talked about tones, so can you give some examples about different tones used in content?
Different tones. Let me take some live examples which can be seen in Google. Just give me a moment. I can give you a live example through a different content prepared already.
Ma'am,
Yes, please.
ma'am, how to create a new apps?
How to?
Create the new development apps.
I'm sorry, actually, I'm not a developer. I'm just a content writer. For developing apps, it's not, I think I'm not a right person to advise you on. I'm sorry for that.
Okay, okay, ma'am. Sorry.
No problem. In the meantime, I'm searching for a different tone of voice. You can ask me a different question. Guys, you can ask me a question.
Ma'am, one other question I have after you maybe finish that earlier question is, can you give some guidelines for a person who is above average writer in terms of content writing skills? Can you give some guidelines for that person to further develop skills in writing for market based performance? You know, some specific guidelines will be very useful.
Yes, very good question. The thing is, the first thing to become a content writer or a content marketing specialist is to be very strong in your communication. That's the first and foremost thing. So, as other people say, is to develop your communication, read newspapers. I won't suggest you to read newspapers. I can suggest you some apps like InShots. You can open InShots and you can read out short and crispy news. Instead of, as we are in a digitalized words, you can read out the news which is given over there. And if you don't know a meaning or a synonym of a particular word, you can immediately check the meaning of it and learn new words every day. And second thing is, start watching so many, instead of listening to songs, start watching any expert speech, like TED shows, like that you can watch it. And also try to listen to songs with subtitles, with English subtitles. You can watch songs, English songs with English subtitles. So the first and foremost thing, to have a basic line of knowledge and content is this grammar. And second thing is your interest towards your career. So if you have a thought like you should become a content marketing specialist, the second you should have a passion towards it. You should start exploring from the period of study from your college days. You have to have a passion towards it. And third thing is your willpower, your hard work, how much work you are doing, how much hard work you are doing to attain that particular goal. So the three important facts to become from a normal basic level to a perfect content writer is your grammar. Develop your grammar skills, develop your writing skills. And the second thing is create your passion, have a passion towards the goal. And third thing is your hard work and determination to achieve that goal. So these three things will make you as a perfect content writer and a perfect marketing specialist also. So any other questions?
Yeah, good evening, madam.
Yes, please.
This is Manoj Kumar, Associate Professor, madam, from Nizamabad, Telangana.
Yes, sir.
As I'm teaching for MBA and BCom, MCom students, can you explore or give some suggestions? What are the various tools available for becoming a digital marketer and for perfect, what we can say, content writer?
So there is it depends, tools depends on the stakeholders. I have seen as stakeholders are nothing but people who gives us a business. So if you get into the corporate industry, there are different tools which is used by the content marketing specialist, which is specific to the clients. So for example, I worked in a banking industry as a content writer. So in a banking industry, in a particular bank, they use a different tools and technologies. So there is no specific tools and technologies used in a corporate sector. Each and every client has their own specific tools and technologies. So as a student, they have to just have a theoretical knowledge about what is content marketing, how they can build their skills. That's it. So tools, there is no specific tools involved. There is no specific tools in my experience. I never used it. I have worked for 3 to 4 different clients, but everyone used a different tools. So which is also we can't express it out because it's a confidential information. So you can train your people how to create interesting innovative content, but not using a tool, because in corporate industry everything is unique and individual, so they have to new freshly over there.
So can you suggest some resources, madam, where students can find the information about digital marketing and content writing?
As I gave you the reference, this pages will have some tools which has open these things you can give. This websites they can go inside, and which I would suggest is these two. It's very useful and very easy also. They can get into contentmarketinginstitute.com. They can take free courses also on content marketing, and also there are paid courses also, which is very affordable. And in Hubspot, they provide all free ebooks, everything. So they can go and have a look on these two sites.
Yeah, madam, your presentation was very good. I have learned from the starting. You have given different examples, practical examples, which you have understood very well. Small request, madam, can you share the PPT, madam?
I think Sumati ma'am, I think this will be uploaded on the YouTube, or else I share with you. You can share it with the audience. Ma'am?
Ma'am, yes, ma'am. You will send a snagger, ma'am.
Okay, I think.
Ma'am, I have a question. Now,
yes, please, sir.
How would you differentiate between a tone and a modulation?
Tone and the modulation, sir. If you take content marketing, the tone and the modulation doesn't matter. But if you come to, because everything we represent as a text, it's directly go to the people. But if you come into the corporate industry, when you want to describe your marketing thing to a client, the modulation should be polite and it should be formal. It should not have a casual tone. For example, in corporate sector, the ideas and innovation will be represented through a experienced resource. You mean a manager or a experience, big heads. So it should be of totally of course, when we are discussing, when I have an idea, I just deliver it to my manager. It can be a casual one. Hey, I have an idea to make it perfect. But when it goes to the stakeholders, when it goes to the client, it should be like, we have an excellent idea over here, which it will impress you a lot. It should be in a polished way. It should be in a modulated way. So it depends on the person, depends on the people. So I'm not finding a live example, sir. You can drop me in your mail ID over here. After the session, I will share you the samples through your mail.
Okay, ma'am. Okay, I'll drop my mail ID here.
Yes, I just have a note of it immediately. Can you please drop your email ID?
Madam, even share your details also, madam.
Yes, sir. After this, I still conclusion is pending, so I'll share my details.
I have given my mail
Sir,
ID also.
is this Piyush sir Narayanan? Which
Manoj,
I think
Manoj Kumar.
Manoj Kumar. Okay, sir. Thank you so much.
Right.
Ma'am, my mail ID is given. Tone question skm99111@gmail.com is given. My
Sure,
mail ID.
sir. Thank you so much. I'll note down all this one. I'll share. Okay, tone question for Sendil Kumar. Sure, sir. After the session, I will share you the live examples. And for others who sent me your mail IDs, I'll try to share the PPT, or I will send out to the organizers to share it with you all. And any other questions?
For freshers, ma'am, are there some nice companies which the freshers can hope to join if they have very good beginner level skills in content writing?
Sir, if we talk about the recruitment in the companies, okay, if we talk about the recruitment in the companies, they just give out the recruitment saying recruitment for content marketing, but they won't talk. If we talk about TCS, I'm working in a TCS. If we in a recruitment phase, they won't talk anything about the content marketing. They just talk about the basics. The rounds will be like a normal fresher level rounds, like aptitudes, group GDs, group discussions, and analytical. They test their analytical skills. They test their technical skills. While testing their technical skills, even if they are very strong in content marketing, for freshers, I think if they are strong in any other technical thing, depends upon the recruitment, depends upon the availabilities, they will give their role. It doesn't mean they directly get into the phase of content marketing, but if they are applying for a content marketing role, of course, for freshers level, for experience level, the rounds will be totally different. For a freshers level, it will be not only depends on the content marketing, only maybe for a HR round, the content marketing questions may be raised, but for freshers, always the in all the companies, whichever I know, all the famous companies like Deloitte, KPMG, or Morgan Stanley, JP Morgan, all these famous companies, they will start for a freshers from the base level. They will test all the skills, not only content marketing skills. So for freshers, they have, even they are strong on particular domain, they have to prepare on all the basic stuffs on analytical, logical, reasoning, everything on their grammar skills. Basically, for a content writer, they test their grammar skills a lot.
So the entry level position is usually content trainee or something, or is it a different designation?
No.
Entry level?
In all the organization, for 1 year, it will be a trainee level, and depends on the organization, minimum of 6 months and maximum of 1 year. So
You
when I
mentioned
talk about
KPMG.
my yes,
So
yes.
KPMG and your own organization, what is the entry level designation basically called? Is it trainee or something else?
In my
The title.
company, yes, in my company, in my organization, it is called as trainee for 1 year. In KPMG, it's called as contractor.
Are there some market leaders in the content writing business, especially in southern India?
I'm not sure of that. Sorry.
Is it audible? Is it audible to all the participants?
Yes, madam.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Sir, kindly avoid all the unnecessary questions, what is your designation, like that. Because all the students are attending the program. Okay, kindly raise the useful questions, useful for the interaction purpose. Okay. This is a live YouTube telecast. Why you are making unnecessary answer, what is your designation, like that. These are highly unnecessary. This is the technical question. Any question related to the presentation or the or academic questions.
Ma'am, please put it in the chat box. You are able to tell because the voice is murmuring.
Don't raise unnecessary questions. What is the destination? How the office is called, like that. Rajkumar. Rajkumar.
Ma'am, tell ma'am you switch off your mic, ma'am.
We can't hear you, ma'am.
Ma'am would says that don't ask unofficial questions in the meet. There
Okay,
are so
I
many students are
requested you
there.
to yes. So just I think ma'am is requesting you to raise only regarding the topic of content marketing and content tone. Don't raise any academic like recruitment, like organization like that.
Ma'am, please switch off your mic, ma'am. The voice is so blummering.
Which audience is the first? Is it audible now?
Yes, ma'am.
For everybody?
Yes, here, ma'am.
What about other audience? Is it audible or what?
Voice is not clear, ma'am.
But a voice is audible, but breaking.
Yeah, that's what I am asking. So many are responding yes, 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 like that. Kindly raise. Kindly raise the first question related to writing or digital marketing and other concepts.
Ma'am, you are texting the chat box, ma'am. We not heard clearly.
Hari, you only ask the questions.
Others sir, mute your audio, sir.
Okay, ma'am, you could start now, please. Ma'am?
I could see Bhavani Gaud is presenting.
Bhavani ma'am, don't present it.
Ma'am, I think another person is presenting. Okay, you guys can proceed with your questions. Please, only academic related questions which related to the topic. So no career related, please. So only the academic related, only which means which is.
Hello. Please mute your audio, sir. Bhavani ma'am. Bhavani Gaud, don't present it, ma'am.
Guys, any other questions? Okay, I have a question. Okay, so I have a questions difference between ads and content. So as I said, to I think to Senthil sir, I said. So there is a disturbance. Can you guys mute your audios, please? Participants, is it audible?
Yes, ma'am, audible.
No. See,
Madam,
Not clearly,
madam
ma'am.
audible but breaking. Madam audible but breaking voice.
The resource person should present up to
Your voice is
5:45.
breaking.
Okay, the resource person should present up to 5:45. Then we can permit the audience for 15 minutes. That is
I'm
enough.
seeing. Link.
மேம் 5:45 வரைக்கும் தான் வந்து ஸ்க்ரீன் ப்ரெசென்ட் பண்ண சொல்றாங்க மேம்.
Okay. I have prepared 50 slides, so I have presented it. So any problem in this? So you, I couldn't understand.
Ma'am will gone away, ma'am. Wait, please. Ma'am, Sumati ma'am, can you hear me? Ma'am, you can start, ma'am. Up to 6, you can finish.
Ma'am, yes, ma'am. You have start, ma'am.
Any questions means rise or put it in the chat box. Who are willing to ask question?
Hello, ma'am. I put a question in the chat box regarding selection of images for creating content. Can you explain some details connected with selection of images? Because copyright issues are there related to images. So can you explain regarding that, please?
Ma'am, can you hear me?
Yes, please tell me. Hello.
Ma'am, I asked a question regarding how to select images for creating content, because copyright issues are there connected with selecting images from the internet. So can you explain some of the things to be kept in mind and things to do while selecting images?
Sorry, tell me clearly what when we select images from Google or something.
When we select images from Google, generally the internet, there are some copyright issues to be kept in mind. So what are the guidelines which you will give to keep in mind while selecting images?
So
related to the text, the images which we select.
Okay, so when it comes as a organization level, we won't get any specific images from the Google. We never took anything from Google. It's as per the customers which they provide about their brand. So I'm not familiar with this. I'm sorry for that.
Okay, ma'am.
See, if you want images, you can go to Pixabay. Pixabay is free copyright.
Okay,
Okay,
Pixabay, sir.
Pixabay, yeah.
Okay, so sir, you can, if possible, you can send it in a message so everything will be get used of it.
But unfortunately, in content, what happens, they have their own artists and everything. They create the diagrams and everything. So therefore, they don't go to basically take any free images. Copyright free images are not taken by them. They use their own artists and everything.
Okay. Okay, sir. Thank you so much.
Madam,
Yes, sir.
madam, I have a doubt. How do
Yes,
we
please.
measure content? Yeah, how do we measure content influence on sales and revenue?
Sorry, how do we measure?
Content influence on sales and the revenue. I put it in the chat box also.
How do we measure content influence on sales and revenue?
Yes, is it any method is there to influence of content revenue?
Contents in when we, let me think of it, sir.
Ma'am, is it basically related to the amount of traffic generated that we also evaluate the impact of content? Is it based on the idea of traffic generated?
That's not only the one, that is one of the thing, but that is not only the thing which where revenue is calculated due to traffic. That is also one of the thing. So when we, so as a question, how do we measure content influence on sales and revenue? So we know marketing is of course a cost center to create different types of advertising to the people, as one of them said, it's mainly due to the traffic, and it's mainly the second thing is due to the likes, shares, mentions, the number of things, and how much the people. For example, if when we likes the content, you can see this happens during a travel thing. So when we get into the site for a first time, due to so much traffic, the next time if you go to the same site, the cost and the thing increases. So it's one thing, it's due to the traffic, and second thing is how how we drive the revenue towards it, how it has been influencing, how the content is influencing, how it's creating influenced by the marketer, and finally the data point, how the data is given by the content. These are the measures which influence the sales and revenue when we create a content. Sir? Karthikeyan, sir, is this okay? Have you got your answer, sir?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, sir. Thank you. So, guys, let me move on to the
Ma'am,
feedback.
one more question. I'm Beni here.
Yes, please.
Ma'am, how the language influences in a content or tone marketing, ma'am?
Everything depends on the tone on the content, Devi, because if our tone, we don't have a good language, we don't have a good tone, we don't have an attractive voice towards the content, of course it won't even reaches the people, it won't even reaches the customer. It automatically, the customer will skip. Why? This is not attractive, this is not trustable, this is not promisable, so they automatically skip your content and they will move on to your competitor. So tone is very much important in all the content which we are creating.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yes, welcome. Okay, please advise some common content marketing mistake. Yes, it's a very much valuable question. The first thing is, as you've seen in the PPT, the first thing is when you talk about the when you give it to the wrong audience. When your audience, you are giving a content for a you are creating a blog, but you are delivering it on a Facebook. It's totally a wrong audience. The first thing, the most of the marketers is using this mistake. And the second thing is, you should be on the trend. If you miss the trend, for example, now PUBG is out of the game. So now Free Fire is live. So now if you create a content in PUBG using a PUBG theme, it will be a failure. But which is in a use, which is in a trend, you have to go with the trend. So the two different things which will be oh my which will be a greatest mistake is finding a right audience and go with the trend. So these are all the most mistakes used by the marketers. So got it? Got it on the most common content marketing mistakes?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Yes. So let me move on to the these are all my contacts. So if you guys need any assistance, you can drop me. You guys can note down. So this is my mail ID. I gave my LinkedIn site. I gave my Facebook and Insta ID. So if you guys need any further assistance or career advice or anything, you can reach out to me on my personal sites. So hope this session is useful to you guys and you all enjoyed the session. So thank you so much. So hope we'll meet in a different session, and thank you all for your cooperation, and thanks a lot. So let us finish this meeting now. So Bye. Have a nice day. Have a nice weekend. Bye bye.
Thank
Bye
you,
bye,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Great session. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you,
Thank you,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Sir, attendance please. Sir.
Is it audible to everybody? We can leave the meeting.
Madam, attendance, please.
Excuse me, ma'am. Where is attendance and feedback link? Is it in the group?
Yes, ma'am. It will share, ma'am, your WhatsApp group.
Okay, thank you, thank you.
Dear participants, attendance will be posted in WhatsApp group.
Ma'am, can we leave the meeting or not, ma'am?
நம்ம என்ன கோயில் போலாமா? சாய்பாபா கோயில் போயிட்டு வரலாமா?
Ma'am, can we leave the meeting?